What is up, my fellow gamers? This is Kyoto here, and welcome to my video game pickups haul. So yeah, I think the last time I'd done a video game pickups was about like 3 months ago, so there's been a huge gap between now and back then. But take a look over here, you guys can see like a lot of games picked up these past few months, and you know, I want to give a huge shout out to my friend Joe, who actually helped me get a lot of the games. The NES, the Super Nintendo, a lot of Xbox games, so I just want to give a shout out to him. And you know, if you guys do like airsoft videos, he makes a lot of cool airsoft POV videos, so check him out. I'll leave his channel below. So some stuff in this haul I have been actually looking for some time now, which I'm happy to finally add to my collection. But sad news is some of the stuff that I got, they weren't like the absolutely best deals. They were closer to the resale value, which I'm fine with, as long as they're like in really good shape. But good news, I did not pay beyond the resale price, so that's good. And then there are some things that I got for an absolutely good steal, so of course I'll mention it further down the line in the video. But yeah, starting off first are the Nintendo Switch games, which I only picked up 2 for this haul. And the 2 games I picked up are Luna Remaster and Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection. So Luna Remaster, I mean, it has Lunar 1 and Lunar 2. I got this through Amazon just for, you know, normal retailer price. So just wanted to add to my collection. A lot of people were worried about this being very limited, but Gung Ho, who is the one in charge of this, said that there is gonna be enough supply. So kind of regret getting this so early. I should have got this a little later down the line, you know, when it's maybe on sale, but you know, it is what it is. And I picked up Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days. So this pretty much has like practically like 15 games on the back, which is nuts. All the way to 2005, which some of these games I remember from like Game Boy Advance era, so pretty nuts. But yeah, with every Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, of course, you always get like a card or two, which this one you get Harpy's Feather Duster Quarter Century Rare, which I will say this is probably the worst one by far, because you only contain 1 to 2 Quarter Century, so you only get 1 card in here, which blows, because the other Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, if you guys ever bought Yu-Gi-Oh! Games before, you usually get like 3 cards. Even the one for the other Switch game, you get like 3 cards, so kind of lame. But honestly, I got this for like 20 bucks, so I can't really complain. But yeah, those were the Switch games that I got for this haul. Next up are the PlayStation games, or primarily the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. PlayStation 2 I'm going to show like as a separate part, but yeah, picked some up. I don't know if I showed this off already before yet or not, but Mega Man Legacy Collection for $20. I got this at Half Price Bookstore when they were having like promotion in the whole store, so I actually paid like $15 technically, which is not too bad. But this one comes with Mega Man 1 to Mega Man 6 games, so you know, classic. I don't know how well it runs on console, but so far I didn't hear anything bad about it, I guess, unlike the Mega Man X collection, so you know, that's hopeful. And also, it comes with this little cheat sheet, which I'm actually surprised that the person, like, this is a used copy. They left not only the little cheat sheet of skills, they also left the stickers as well. So, you know, this is, everything is in here, so, you know, thank you to that person that sold it to Half Price Bookstore. Picked up some PlayStation 3 games, so if you guys didn't know, if you guys check out my previous haul video, if you've seen that already or not, I found some Guitar Hero guitars, as well as Guitar Hero 3 Complete in Box, which was technically new until I opened it, but you can check that out on my TikTok on my channel. But yeah, I decided to get some games along with it, because since I have a guitar for, you know, playing Guitar Hero and such, I picked up Rock Band 2, which also I got this on a good deal. And Guitar Hero Warriors Rock, which I played it like for a few hours, and holy shit, did I not know that looked like booty cheeks on the TV. But you know, $9.50 since I'm a pro member, so it's not the worst, it's not the end of the world. And then 2 unique games that I found at GameStop. So I found Never Dead, and Lost Dimensions. So a little on the pricier side for Lost Dimensions, but I think this normally sells, like resells for like $60 and over dollars. And this, it's a Konami game. I thought it would have been pretty cool just to have. So it's not a bad deal. I mean, $17.09 if you're a pro member. So, and I also use like my $5 pro membership, which I usually take advantage of that just because it's like what, $25 a year. So it's pretty alright membership in my opinion with GameStop. But yeah, a lot. And I guess the only downside. Oh, what is this? Oh yeah, I forgot how World of War I was playing. I was playing Rock Band, but. Yeah, the only sucky thing, it's not a complete box, so manual is missing from this, but it is what it is, and it is Atlas game, and Atlas games tend to be rare in the future, so keep that in mind. We already saw that incident with Rules of Rose. I forgot to actually show this off first, but got some video game accessories that I bought at some stores and GameStop. So GameStop this past week, I actually did find a PlayStation 3 controller, which honestly, it's not that bad of a deal for like 20-ish bucks or so. And I actually tested the controller already on my PlayStation 3, and honestly, this is probably one of the cleanest controllers that I've seen pre-owned, because like it is practically flawless. Like I don't think it's even been used that much really, and you can usually tell by the little nose paws of the analog sticks. So yeah, really good shape, and usually the resale on these ones go for like $35 if you go to like video game store. So finding this for $19, I need more. Like this is an absolute steal in my opinion, and I need it more, so just in case. And then the NES controller, so right here, $8, and this is the original NES controller. So you know, your traditional Nintendo games. I kind of cleaned it up a little, but yeah, same thing as the PlayStation 3 controller, like, it's in pretty good condition. Like, unfortunately I don't have a Nintendo, so I can't really test it to see like how, you know, if all the buttons work or not, but, you know, I could probably fix it pretty easily. And just judging from just the cover itself, it's pretty clean, like, it's really clean. So, I got 2 controllers. And the last other cool thing I got is this Pokemon Stadium Game Boy adapter. So this, I mean, I have Pokemon already right here. I think I do want to get like Pokemon Red and Blue, but boom, Pokemon Gold on the Game Boy Color, which I need to replace the battery because the battery on this needs to be replaced. But yeah, bought this just for Pokemon Stadium because, you know, I've been looking for this for some time now, and I actually got this for like $10 at like a thrift store, kind of like a video game thrift store that sells also movies and shit. But yeah, those were the accessories I got. Alright, next up in my pickups are the PlayStation 2 games, and found a good hefty chunk of them. Majority of them were mostly at GameStop too, actually, funny enough. But the first one, I actually picked this up about 2 days ago, and that is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. So this I got for around like $33, which is kind of normal resale price, but I think it's really hard to come by. So I kind of just used my $5 reward certificate and got this a little down the price. But I picked that one up. I picked up Rogue Galaxy on the PS2, which I think this is like a very classic and underrated RPG game in my opinion. The only downside about this game, or not the game itself, but what, you know, me buying it, is an empty soul, no manual. So that irks me because, of course, I like to get, you know, complete games in a complete in box. So I'll eventually come across a manual one of these days, but still, $14 for Rogue Galaxy is not the worst. It's still a pretty good deal. I mean, to this day of age anyways. But yeah, a lot more RPG games I picked up. I mean, I picked up God Hack Infection. I mean, I have a copy of this already, but you know, it's $12, so it's not, you know, it's not that bad of a deal. Just an extra copy, and you know, extra copy that has at least everything in it still. So I got that. Oh, here's one that has an empty manual. Or, oh no, it has a manual. I think it's missing the demo disc. But Dragon Quest 8, I believe. Yeah, Dragon Quest 8, Journey of the Cursed King. So manual is in there, but I think it's missing the demo disc, which has the playable Final Fantasy 12 demo. Just because there's the spine, which is supposed to hold a double CD. So I don't know if it's supposed to be a single CD. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be two, knowing that day and age of PlayStation 2. So I'll come across that also one of these days. But yeah, I paid this price here. So like I said, it's not the worst price. It does kind of suck that there's something missing from this, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, other games I picked up, Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum, which also, man, I am having terrible luck with these game pickups. Like, a lot of them missing the manuals. And you know, remember how I mentioned about that Yu-Gi-Oh! Switch game Early Day Legacy that had that one card? Like, take a look at this right here. PS2 era, 3 cards. That Switch game should have came with 3 cards in my opinion. Like, come on, Konami, throw us a bone. At least give us 2 versions of the Heart Piece Feathers. That's their quarter century rare. Like, that would have been fantastic. I would have been fine with that. But just me venting at this point. But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum. So that. Oh, actually I did pick up some games through Half Price Bookstore. Manhunt and Twisted Metal Black, which I don't know. Yep, complete box in this one, and oh, complete box of this one too. Actually, surprisingly enough, but this kind of normal price that you normally see, but this is supposed to be a $40 game. So them selling it for $10, like this was definitely a really good steal. Finding at a Half Price Bookstore, and everything's in their manual, case, everything's in really good shape. So that's now the last game, which is probably the rarest game in this set, but I wish I got this for a much better deal, but it's really hard to come by, and that is Def Jam Fight for New York. So yeah, hefty price of $120, but the resale value of this is around like $160, and I doubt we'll ever see a remake of this game because of music licensing and character rights. So definitely one of the more fun fighter arena games of PlayStation 2 for sure. Just because if you guys never played Def Jam Fight for New York or Def Jam Vendetta, like, you guys are missing out on one of the most fun. I forgot what they call that genre. They call it oh man, sandbox fighting games, and this is definitely one of the best sandboxing fighting games. Even to this day, like, nothing competes. Maybe just Naruto Ninja Storm, but this game, 4 players. I think my favorite mode in Def Jam Fight for New York is you guys like hurting each other to destroy each other's cars. Like, that is one of my favorite game modes. So, man, I really wish we got like at least something on the PlayStation Network of this game. Like, it would absolutely be amazing. So don't know if that'll happen in the future, but if it does, I think I would absolutely love it. Alright, next up in the pickups are the GameCube games. So unfortunately, not a lot of pickups on the GameCube, but pretty good ones, I would say so myself. But the games I picked up: Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventure and F-Zero Racing, which this one, it's a player's choice, not my favorite choice, pun intended, but you know, it's still pretty. I forgot how much I paid for it. I think I paid like $45 on this, and of course everything is in their manual and all that good stuff, and same for the Zelda game, which I think this is a really good deal because I think this goes for around the $70 range now, or $80. And very classic nostalgia. I mean, you guys may remember a lot with your childhoods with this one. I don't, because I did not really own the GameCube when I was a kid. I owned mostly a PlayStation 2, so I definitely remember playing a lot more on that era. But still, pretty awesome to add to my collection. Next thing in my haul are the Xbox games. So majority of the Xbox games are the ones that I mentioned that my friend helped me get, which I'm very thankful for. And then some I actually bought like for like a really good deal. So we got Castlevania, just Lords of Shadow for $10 right here, Xbox. I picked up Ninja Gaiden 2, which I did pick up a lot of Ninja Gaiden games recently because Ninja Gaiden 4 getting announced. So I kinda decided to try to find Ninja Gaiden 2, which this one actually paid for a lower price because same thing with the other games. From half price, they had a promotional deal going on during that time, so paid like $6 or $7 for this one. But yeah, I picked this one up primarily just because I think Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 is not the best version since there's less blood and less enemies. So if you guys ever want to play Ninja Gaiden 2, the best way to play it is the Xbox 360 version, just because it has a lot more enemies and a lot more content than surprisingly Sigma, in my opinion. Or maybe not content-wise, but definitely more enemies and a lot more stuff added that they kind of took away from, the original, which is this. So, speaking of Ninja Gaiden, here is Ninja Gaiden on Xbox. So, $8 for a sealed copy, which has the seal and everything on it. The only shitty thing about it is there's like a little tear on the plastic, but regardless, like, this is going towards a museum, like a sealed copy of Ninja Gaiden. And take a look at this, like, Game Crazy sticker on it. Like, that is some nostalgia right there, which I miss the competitiveness in the video game markets, like Game Crazy and like other stores, but shit, even GameStop is going under now these days, which, all I can say is, like, I support physical media, so digital media could suck it. I mean, it's a good thing, but I don't want it to take away the physical media. Like, I love collecting video games. And the last thing I got is, or it's not the last thing I got, but it's the last thing I purchased, is a Manhunt as well on the Xbox this time. So this is a little higher in price, $28, which I feel like this is still a good deal. It's $40 in resale, but it's not the most amazing, and of course the manual is missing from this one, so at least I have the PlayStation 2 one, that's all I can say. But there's that, and here are the 4 Xbox games that my friend helped me get and just gave me. So Brute Force, The Suffering, Ties That Bind, Evil Dead, The Regeneration, and Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. So 4 Xbox games, which these two are pretty good. I mean, this one I remember playing the demo back then on when, Mortal Kombat Deception. I remember this being one of the game demos from Midway, so very interesting game. It would be cool if I could find the PlayStation version, so that way I can actually play it. And also the First Suffering, First Suffering. And then this one, just a really huge throwback when I think this was one of the launch games for Xbox, the original Xbox, which I remember playing the demo back then. I think the demos I remember playing was this game, Mecha Assault, I believe. I forgot what that book. I think it was called Bloodwake. Jet Set Radio, as well as Sega GT, and Morrowind, the Elder Scrolls Morrowind. I remember playing those when the Xbox came out, and those were like the demos that were playable back then. So how much time has passed? It's crazy. Alright, next up in my pickups are the PlayStation 1 games. So not a huge lot, but some pretty classics for nostalgia. So Siphon Filter on PlayStation 1 for what, $4? So from a black label too. Crash Bandicoot 2 as well. I think, oh yeah, $13 right here. And Gran Turismo 2. So this one's a kind of weird one, which I think I only got this because this is considered one of the best racing simulator games. So it's something that I do want to check out. But problem is the manual's missing. But good news, everything's in here. The arcade mode, I think the simulation mode. So yeah, those were the PlayStation 1 pickups. Alright, next pickups are the NES and the Super Nintendo games. So these games, I would say like 95% of these games were literally help from my friend Joe. So the only one that he did not help me with are these two, which these ones I found at the GameStop and a video game store up north in Washington, kind of near the Canadian border. But I picked up Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Super Nintendo. This one I actually got in Oregon for like $10 at GameStop, so absolutely good steal right there. And this one I actually got $5 off because I had a lot, I guess, points. So I got Donkey Kong Country 2. So this is by far my favorite Donkey Kong Country game and one of my favorite SNES games of all time. So I absolutely love this game. This is my favorite platformer, and just the environment in this game, the pirates, the dark theme, everything about this game is just... I would say this would definitely be one of my top 5 video games of all time. I should show this on and off too, because this one I actually found at the same place that I got the Donkey Kong Country 2 game. But I picked up a Super Game Boy. So this one, $31. I had to buy it because it's really hard to come by for finding one of these and, you know, actually testing it out to see if it works. So luckily enough, everything's in perfect condition, even the back right here too. But this, I remember back then my cousin used it for Game Boy games, and it was mind-blowing. So I needed one of these for my SNES, so if I ever get like Game Boy games like Pokemon Red and Blue, I can definitely use this to play those games. But yeah, those are the ones I picked up. Here are the 2 SNES games that my friend Joe got me, or I paid him, but you know, he sold for me for a really good deal. So Final Fantasy 3 on SNES and F-Zero, all in really good condition. I mean, I cleaned it up a little, but absolutely flawless right here, so amazing. And here are the NES games that I'll say all of them is for my friend who got them. So Friday the 13th with a shitty, bad condition like cover, but I'll find another one to just replace in the future. Same for Kid Icarus, which yeah, also not the best condition. Like really, like these two, not the best conditions, but it is what it is. At least I got for a good deal. Final Fantasy right here. Metroid, which was the one I was actually most excited for, which I'm very happy that the condition's really good still. I mean, it's not the worst. I did find out about this having like 2 variations, so very interesting to discover that, which I might try find in stores. Contra C and Contra, which this one actually has the manual here still, but yeah, some NES games to add to my collection, which wow, I need to find more of these sleeves. Definitely need to find more, but yeah, here is the manual, which I didn't know that NES manuals were you know, look like this back then. So first manual I ever owned from the NES, so it's pretty sick right there. Alright, we're almost there. The sun is going down, which I will say is absolutely still beautiful outside in Seattle. I love the September weather. But yeah, the last pickups are probably my highlight pickups because some of these games I was absolutely like in love with, and I'm very happy to add to my video game collection. So first, found this at a GameStop, which is Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Force. 20 bucks! Actually, it might have been lower than that. I think it was like 15 bucks. But, wow. Throwback when GX, like, man, get your game on. Fucking love that soundtrack. But, yeah, complete in box, and I will say, same thing. You got 3 cards in the back that was included with the game. So, come on, Konami, give us more cards next time. 2 Nintendo DS games. So Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, which I guess this is the resale value now, which is $55, and it's not the best deal, which, come on camera, it's not the best deal, but I checked online and 55 got sold immediately, so I think this might go up in value later in the future down the line, but I wish it a little more cheaper. But that, Dragon Quest 6, if I'm reading my numerons or, you know, numbers correctly. But yeah, Dragon Quest got for 57, used my discount, got cheaper, but holy shit, is it a little pricey. It is one of the more pricey ones, but you know, I'm trying to collect all the Dragon Quest games as possible, so even the PlayStation 1 games, which might be the most difficult because the value on those ones from PS1 era are pretty high, so it's not going to be anytime soon, I will say. And the game that I was willing to pay a lot for, which honestly kind of ripped a hole in my wallet, is Mega Man Battle Network 4 Red Sun. So this I got for $75. If you guys can, yep, $75. I think I'm holding it correctly. So if you guys know me, Mega Man Battle Network series is one of my favorite Game Boy Advance games of all time. And my goal is to try to collect all the complete in-box games of them. And the hardest ones are, of course, you know, the Game Boy Advance games, because who in the right mind kept the cardboard back then? Like, I felt stupid as a kid throwing away my Mega Man Battle Network white box away. I don't know why I did that. But, you know, my goal is to also try to complete all the Battle Network games and have the complete in-box set. So, this is the first start, anyways, for the Game Boy ones. So, and condition, everything's in here actually too. So, the manual, the inserts, the game, everything's in there. Like, I checked with the guy, and there are some damages here, I will say, but regardless, still pretty happy. And also, this shop was still really good. Like, where I got the Donkey Kong Country 2, and wow, I have no idea where I put it, but yeah, if you guys are ever in Washington and for some reason you guys are going to Canada and you guys are a video game collector, Cosmic Games is the place to go to. So their prices are not bad at all, and their conditions are pretty solid. I mean, they automatically like put the protective case on this. So honestly, not that bad of a store. Everything's pretty solid in the reselling price. So definitely recommend that if you guys are ever in Washington, going to, you know, up north for some odd reason. But okay, the last thing in the haul to show you guys. The coolest thing that I found, that I try to look for all the colors, the Game Boy Color. So this is the pink Game Boy Color, or watermelon. I don't know what you guys want to say. Oh wait, this is the berry one. I don't know what I'm saying, but got it for $40 at a half-price bookstore. And honestly, the resale on the Game Boy Colors usually go for around $75. So finding this for $40, and this actually works too. I tested it with the Pokemon Gold game, and honestly, I'm very happy. Like the condition of it's like really pristine too. Like no scratches or anything, as you guys can see. Like everything is in really good shape. So pretty happy that I found my first Game Boy Color, and this is very important to me too, because if I could find Pokemon Red and Blue, like I forgot how black and white, or not black and white, but Red and Blue was black and white on the Game Boy, like the huge Game Boy Pocket, whatever you guys call, and then having Game Boy Color on it and seeing like the color filters, like that's what I remember with Pokemon Red and Blue. So that was my childhood, and I really do wish to find that soon, which fingers crossed I do. But yeah, that is the last thing in this haul. Anyways, that'll pretty much wrap things up for this video game pickups haul. And if you guys are at the end hearing this, I just want to say thank you for putting up with me and my long talking. I am a yapper after all. But yeah, that'll pretty much be it for this video game pickups haul. And like I like to say to a lot of people at the end, is saying what my most highlighted game is, which is, of course, Mega Man Battle Network. One of my favorite games in nostalgia growing up playing this. So let me know what games you guys saw that pretty much brings the nostalgia, or something that you want to try out. I would love to hear that in the comments below. And if you guys can, leave a like. I'll greatly appreciate it, and subscribe because my goal is hopefully 1,000 subscribers, and I have a lot of video editing to do this month for sure because of all the conventions I went to. So hopefully you guys check that out, or if you guys could check out my other videos. I mean, I did have some other video game hauls like 3 months ago, so it'll be a while until I post another video game pickups haul. So you know, you guys don't want to miss out on that. I mean, like I said, you can subscribe and get notifications. But anyways, this has been your boy Kyoto signing off. Hopefully you guys have an amazing day. Keep on gaming. And I will be going outside now because it is now dark, as you guys saw from beginning to end. So anyways, take care of yourselves, peace, and bye.